Did you miss Smart Cities New York 2019 last week? If so, stick around. I'm going to ramp you up. Hey everybody, it's Paul Harris with Blackhawk Recruiters here in sunny California. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. As you may know, I run an executive search firm. We specialize in the telecom infrastructure space and everything that spins in that orbit. And one of the things that spins in that orbit in a huge way right now is smart cities. And last week was Smart Cities New York 2019, May 13th through 15th. If you were not there, I'm going to try to ramp you up. Some of the sponsors were companies that you may have heard of, such as Microsoft, MasterCard, Hitachi, Lyft, etc. The event was kicked off by Jerry Hulton and Raj Panu, who are basically the co-creators and co-founders of Smart Cities New York. And the theme, basically a couple different themes that I can think of. You may have heard me talk about this before, and it was echoed by a guy named Bob Bennett, who is basically a consultant in the smart city space. And he says, becoming a smart city is a necessity, right? In other words, you just got to get on the train. If you're a city, you need to get on the smart city train. The other thing he talked about is how to communicate and work with these city governments, right? These folks are, primarily engineers, obviously smart people, but the language that we use may not be the language they use. And what he said is someone needs to be able to teach these companies, teach these cities how to speak smart city. And you've heard me talk about this before, very important. I did a whole thing on this when I came back from Wireless West. If you want to look at that video, I gave a bunch of tips that were provided to the audience by a mayor of how to work with the smart city, etc. So anyway, you guys, let me get into it. Some great panels. Of course, the panels that resonated with me and were germane to the, recruiting top talent, which is what we do. One of the events was called the Innovation, Talent, and Economic Growth, right? You've got to have the talent before you can have the growth. There was another one called a Smart City Workforce, and it was the moderator was a guy named Eric Gertler, who's a chairman of U.S. News World and Report. Ken Adams was on the panel, who's the Dean of Workforce and Economic Development at the City University of New York. There was another panel including Steve Weimer, who is the Chief Communication Officer for a little company called eBay. There was another panel called Work is Education. The moderator of that one was Dawn Barber, the co-founder of New York Creative Tech Week. On the panel was Angie Kamath, who's the Dean of Continuing Education and Workforce Development for the City University of New York. Another one interesting, Smarter Government. So this is about government and academia working together with smart cities. Neil Kleiman was there for the Smart Cities Institute for U.S. Conference of Mayors. And then one of my favorites, of course, would be the money, guys, the role of venture capital in making cities smarter, right? None of this works without people and also the money. And that was Joey Marcus from Jerusalem Venture Partners and Matt Harrigan of Company Ventures. So you guys, it was a great time. There's so much exciting stuff happening in the smart city world. Some of the conferences that are coming up, I'm sure there's some more I'm missing, but for right now, let me just talk about Chicago Forum on Global Cities. That's June 5 through 7 in Chicago. LA Commotion, as it's called, November 14, 16 in Los Angeles, and then City Summit, November 20 through 23rd in San Antonio, Texas. So you guys, I hope that was helpful for you. As always, if you have any questions about smart cities or people or talent, don't hesitate to reach out for us. I'm open 24 hours a day. Thanks for listening and have a great day. Bye-bye.